Between 2018 and 2020, the country of Azerbaijan received $120 million in Section 333 partner capacity building funds, despite its authoritarian government and armed aggression towards its democratic neighbor, Armenia. In contrast, Armenia received $0 during that same period. So, Secretary Karlin, you testify that the department seeks to, quote, cultivate security partners who can appropriately and effectively be regional security anchors, especially during crisis. Given the conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh, in which Azerbaijan initiated it, and it costs thousands of lives and hundreds of thousands of people being displaced, I mean, I don't think anyone could argue that Azerbaijan has lived up to that ideal. So has that war in 2020 caused the department to reevaluate whether Azerbaijan is a worthy partner of the U.S.? And if not, why?
Thank you very much for your opening remarks and for your kind words. I'll offer some thoughts, and Assistant Secretary Lewis may wish to add a bit as well on this one. But in particular, that Congress site is it was indeed a horrific one, and it is one that we've looked closely at. I would say not only given what our partners have been involved with, but also because of how that conflict played out. And in particular, it's a real case study in drone warfare. When we have these security cooperation relationships, it is really important that we closely monitor how and in what ways such assistance is being used, and then we have very frank conversations with our partners if we think that that is not being used in appropriate or effective ways. Let me turn to Assistant Secretary Lewis, who I think may want to add a bit on this one. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you, Dr. Karlin, and thank you for the question. I'd certainly echo the comments that she made. When it comes to the State Department side of the House, we don't actually provide foreign military financing to either country, but we are providing assistance on conventional weapons destruction, which we do so equally. As you may be aware, that's because that program is specifically designed to prevent civilians from being killed or injured by conventional weapons, and so that is the program we have continued.
Well, I guess I'm still not following whether or not there's been any repercussions to Azerbaijan as a result of their aggression to Armenia. They used Turkey and their drones to create havoc and injury and killings in the region. And I guess I'm not hearing from you that there's been any penalty for that.
I think, first of all, I very much appreciate the concerns that you're raising about what happened during that conflict. And I think the State Department has been following those very closely. I think in terms of the specific programs that we work on here, we aren't providing any foreign military financing, any foreign military financing to Azerbaijan. And so in this case, the only program that we have continuing there is the one for conventional weapons destruction.
So, Dr. Karlin, what kind of repercussions have they endured as a result of their actions since they've received $120 million from the U.S. government?
Thank you very much for highlighting this, Congresswoman. If it would be possible, might I suggest that I submit to you a written statement with more detail on this specific one to ensure that we're really meeting the intent of your important question?
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I yield back.